IVM. Good morning, Ayushi.
Good morning, Tash.
It is a pleasure to be here with you today in the studio.
As always. Okay, let's pick up where we left off last week. So, we told you about dating, putting yourself out there. Guess what? It worked.
आप एक committed relationship में हो. But
now what?
Is it even a relationship?
Oh, so we should start there.
Why not? Like, when do you know कि मैं boyfriend-girlfriend ship में हूँ?
I would say have that conversation. But there are other ways of knowing also. I mean, I say have that conversation having not done this in my past relationships.
I did it. My first relationship, I fully had a conversation. 3 weeks into all this meeting
3
and
weeks
kissing.
in?
We had met a bunch of times. A month in, chalo. We had met a few times. Some chumma chati had happened. Some dating was happening.
You make it sound so sexy.
Dating, chumma chati.
Okay.
And then I was like, what is the situation we're in? And I might have casually said the word boyfriend one day in a conversation with him in that 3-week mark period of time. And then I was like, oops, without noticing that I have opened myself up to this conversation, I have opened myself up to this conversation.
Yeah.
And he was like, are you sure we are ready to be there yet? I was like, I don't know, I'm pretty sure.
But you have been ready you are ready from the get-go.
You know what, Ayushi, that's rude.
How is that rude? I'm saying that you are someone who understands that from the beginning itself. You're not someone who's opposed to being in a monogamous relationship.
Yes, agreed.
Right?
And my बचपन का सपना था कि मेरा boyfriend होगा. फिर मैं उससे
We watched too much
करेंगी.
Karan Johar, man.
I was actually Ali Bhai from Dhoom. So किसी को hot किसी और बंदे को देखा, I'll be like, I'm imagining myself with in शादी का जोड़ा, फिर 2 बच्चे.
On the opposite end of that spectrum, I also feel sometimes that maybe when you're not seeing other people, maybe you are in a relationship. And that's how I define it. That I'm not texting or dating or seeing anyone else, then maybe I'm with you. That means monogamy to me is a relationship.
Okay, interesting. मेरे कभी इतने options ही नहीं रहे कि I will stop texting one other boy to be like, I'm going to be with this boy.
ऐसे तो right now, this couldn't be further from the truth of my life. So I should say it's a bit of a fraudulent statement. But in the past, I think that's one way. But I agree with you. Have the conversation. Maybe not 3 weeks in.
Whenever you feel is right now, who are we to tell you? Some people after one date might be like, whoa, what is this magic? Let's be together.
No, and then I say to those people after the first date when you're saying magic and you want to be in a relationship, I need you to calm your tits immediately. Because that's a lie. You're just rolling on some sort of happy hormone at that point, or maybe some drugs or liquor, or you're feeling all that love in your pants. But that is not to be misconstrued with the genuine logical thought of whether you want to be with this person or not.
Fair, but also now, do you really think one must think so much about like...
Yes.
Okay.
Think. Always think.
She shut me down immediately. Because I was about to say like, what's the big deal? ठीक है, you dated someone, you suddenly became very serious for a month. For 1 month, you're like, oh, I love this person or whatever. And then you're like, okay, maybe not. So does that 1 month become wasted? Is it not
I don't
valuable?
think it's wasted, but then maybe this is the difference between a relationship when you are younger and maybe when you're in your late teens and teens in general, as opposed to the ones where you want to start making mature decisions about your life. And by mature, I don't mean talking about marriage or like this immediate future somehow. I mean more like making a decision that is in your own best interest.
Agreed. Absolutely agreed.
And I don't think those decisions are made in these snapshot moments of, I met this guy for dinner, we had great bands, that means he's the one.
By bands, she means banter, dosto, hasi mazak, lot of jokes.
Soz.
Yeah. But Ayushi, now, like even as one is in a, say, a committed relationship, in the later half of your 20s. So on the other side of 25, let's say, because that's where we find ourselves currently.
Woo!
Woohoo!
Right.
Bolo 27, what's up? What's up?
What's up? Back pain.
Oh, yeah. So when you're on this side of 25, once you say you are in a committed relationship.
Okay.
Say it is all going wellish.
Wonderful.
But then you're like, is this really what I want? Oftentimes, the thought of as a 27 or 28 or 29-year-old to start from scratch. And like, even if this relationship is not like wow and it's going well, but it's not like maybe what you want or whatever. And then the thought of, if I end this now, I got to start from scratch again. Like with age, I've realized there's a lot of effort that goes into building relationships also. So you're that much more careful about throwing it away. Am I making any amount of sense?
You are making sense. I'm not going to disagree with you. That shuts down a conversation. However, let's not put that idea out there that just because you're a certain age, you shouldn't walk away from a relationship because you're not feeling necessarily fulfilled in it in whatever capacity. And sometimes I think a relationship is situational. It could fit that time in your life and it could fit that need that you had at that point. But then, okay, it didn't work out. It doesn't mean that you have to hold on to something just because this fear of starting from scratch. Like today,
Agreed.
I'm in a situation where I'm at, base camp.
Hello.
Actually, that's a lie. I'm not even at base camp. Base camp takes a lot of effort.
You're training for base camp.
I'm at the airport. Not in Kathmandu. I'm at the Bombay airport. I'm thinking about taking the flight. But that doesn't mean, and I am 27. So, of course, if you ask my mom, there are days when she is a bit stressed thinking that, at 27, you're walking away from imperfect relationships because you're not completely satisfied, but don't you know how hard it's going to be to start again? There are days when she says that and it settles in on my mind. But if I have to be in that relationship for the rest of my life, which I do plan on, I'm not thinking of leaving them or whatever. Oh God, this has gone into some other thing.
A good 15 years with one person and then on to the next. No, but I understand what you're saying. I get it. I get where you're coming from. Sometimes it does play on your mind, but the idea, like the key is, I suppose, to not...
I don't want people to think that you can't walk away from a relationship because you're older than 25.
Please,
that's all I'm saying.
All I was saying, it's a little like it becomes different the way you view relationships. When you're younger, it's just like, okay, cool, this didn't work out, on to the next. Now this on to the next is just getting a little more laborious and time taking and effort taking because there's like work and life to focus on also.
I agree, and maybe that's where we also have to think about where these relationships come from because I think there are different kinds of them. As an adult, I think you have 2 or 3 main ones which we were thinking of. I think one is the one that starts with friendship and lands up being a romantic relationship.
Blossoms into love.
And those ones are fun because you know the person and like it's exciting, you've taken it to the next step. Also, those kind of relationships, usually because it stems in friendship, there's a lot more foundation in it already set there. So you can escalate it to a higher level much faster.
Absolutely.
I think those, like the building blocks of that exist. So when you build up, it's a bit easier.
It's so funny you say that because my first relation was not this. It was the other one where it starts off as a date and you then start dating or whatever. Right. And my next one was born out of a friendship and that's really beautiful.
Of course. So my first ever proper relationship, I would say, was stemmed out of super, super close friends that took it to the next level. And that was amazing because there was so many jokes, so much banter, so much already support and love and respect for each other because you already know what the other person's about. So taking it to that romantic level just made it was easier. Sometimes.
Of course. And also always kuch hota hai when as a child it taught me ki pyar dosti hai. Unfortunately, I had also bought into it in a big way. I was like, sometimes I used to think that I only want to marry my best friend.
Guys, kids, listeners, this is why it just means when you're younger, you gotta watch different things, man. This is the problem. I think we watched too much shit and it pervaded our psyche in a different way.
It has fully dictated how I view romantic relationships and how I've imagined कि मैं relationship में होंगी तो मैं ऐसा होगा.
So adulting is unlearning that.
Absolutely.
That's a key line from this episode is unlearning
whatever nonsense you have been fed via media.
I think the other kind of relationship is also the one that starts as a relationship, perhaps ends, and then, this is the hard part.
Are you friends after?
Do you stay friends?
That was the sound effect to explain break.
I don't know what that was, but okay, fine. Do you stay friends?
In my personal experience, it has been 2 years since my breakup. And I'd love to be friends, but we are at that point right now where we send the occasional meme to each other, the occasional birthday wish, Diwali wish here and there. But I'd love to be friends. I don't think he feels the same way.
But would you want to be friends because you're currently in a happy, committed relationship and that's why you don't want to be in that? Or if you were single, would you still want to be friends?
Perhaps, I don't know. Not friends like, yeah, I want to chat with you daily, but...
No, I'm asking for myself.
Yeah, it's actually weird. Because do you really want to hang out with this person on a regular basis? What about you? Are you in a friendship post break? Yeah, of course you are.
I think I'm friends with all the people that I've dated or seen or had a scene with.
Scenes.
Affair chal raha hai.
Affair.
I'm friends with all those people. But I don't know. Admittedly, I'd say it's getting harder to be friends with
How
certain
many of
people.
those are from school? Because those I actually don't kind of want to count. Because
Okay,
school
only
mein you
two
date
of them
somebody.
are from school.
Theek
But
hai.
the other ones are
College.
from adult life that have been collected.
That have been collected, Ayushi. You've got like a specimen jar.
It's like I'm going on this witch hunt. I'm collecting all these things so I can
Samples.
have my crown. No, but yeah, shit, man. I don't know. I don't know the answer to this. I thought I knew the answer. I don't now.
It's hard being friends, I'd say, but you really don't know. It's actually very different for different people. You can't ever standardize this rule of can you be friends with an ex? Because a lot of people successfully do it and a lot of people don't do it.
And I think there are some where, as one person can have certain ones where successfully you're still friends, and then there are some which I don't know whether that's going to turn into the friendship. I don't know whether it's going to stay as a friendship.
Absolutely.
And I think the ones that don't transition into friendship are perhaps the ones where they just started as a relationship. You didn't have a friendship backing it up.
Yes.
Because usually if you have friendship backing it up,
It's
you have something
easier
to
to
fall
come
back
back
on.
into it,
Yeah,
yeah.
and you have a shared history that
Yeah.
you can maybe pick up on.
Absolutely.
What about our favorite new age relationship?
Pray do tell.
It's called arranged love.
It's like Naina and Rahul from K3G, you know? Rani Mukherjee's character and Shah Rukh Khan's character. So they're childhood friends or whatever.
Her name was Naina?
Yeah.
I thought Naina was from Kal Ho Na Ho.
That's another Naina. This is another Naina.
Karan, if you're listening, shayad you need new names.
Kejo, please get your act together. Please.
Okay, also no more students of the year.
No. So as I was saying in that, like that was the arranged love, no? That's what I'm asking you. Because
We
they were
know.
family friends and then the parents were like, aap dono kyun ek dusre ko like line nahi marte and all.
All right, well, we know one or two successful arranged love situations, which have turned into marriage
I know
amongst
one.
our friends.
You know too.
Yeah.
Good for you. Show off.
मेरा क्या हो रहा है उनकी arranged love हो रही है.
But ये बड़ा प्यारा है ना arranged love. Like मम्मी पापा बोलते हैं बेटा एक बंदा है आप बस एक बार मिल लो फिर आपकी freedom है. If you are interested, go for it.
लेकिन I just want to say you.
Say ना.
I don't think this is so wrong. I think as a generation, as a 21st century woke feminist person, whatever jo bhi kehna hai, like whatever I am, I was so opposed to this idea, I still am, of arranged marriage, of being just taken and shown. But today it's not like you're taken to the mandap and shown like, listen, this is the dude, now you gotta have a relationship.
In Mumbai, it's not like that.
Perhaps. That's very true.
But also in Mumbai, a lot of people must be living like this still.
Yeah. But I'm saying today there is this new advent of relationships where you've been introduced through your parents because they have some sort of idea of what your background life interests are, which is fair.
Your parents are basically playing a matrimonial website in the flesh.
Correct.
But they know you so well. So it's all going to be customized for you and you don't even got to pay them. It's a win-win situation.
And these people legit only want the best for you. Usually.
100%.
99% of the time.
Yeah. I would love some arranged love someday.
And I think if it turns into love, hey man, what could have been better than that?
है ना मम्मी पापा के blessings तो मतलब पहले से ही मिल गए. Before it started only they're like bless you.
You don't have to go through that issue of like, meet
What
my
will they
parents,
say?
what will they say, will they agree? The backgrounds are already kind of matched up by them.
Of course. हम भी गुजराती वो भी गुजराती हम भी अमीर वो भी अमीर. JK.
Listen, don't shit on the rich Gujarati community.
Just our friends who actually found love arranged marriage.
Correct.
That's,
But look, today we see them and they're
are
happy.
so cute and happy.
They're
yeah.
very secure. They're settled in whatever way they see as right. And they're happy with the way that their life is progressing. So who are we to say, oh, you didn't find him organically. Life didn't give him to you on a silver platter. But relationships aren't that.
Yeah, you can find love from anywhere and in any form.
The imperfection of them is what's fun, I guess.
What a line. What a line.
ऐसे तो बड़ा basic line है, लेकिन okay.
I know basic B.
And the last one.
Which one? Say na.
Unhealthy relationships.
This even I'm still confused about what exactly it means also.
Okay, when the interest of one trumps the interest of the other. That's unhealthy, I think.
So, like...
Not momentarily. Like, constantly one person seems to have more say or power or fulfillment in a relationship as opposed to the other.
You
don't think that's
just
unhealthy?
to play devil's advocate, don't you think a lot of our parents' generations of marriages are that anyway, just because men in general do govern the power of the house, so to speak, in terms of the major decisions. Of course, small, I'm quote unquoting. It's a headache to decide what's going to be cooked every day. But like those household activities, women take care of.
Fair enough. I get what you're saying, that probably what we see as now as unhealthy, a lot of people didn't see as unhealthy or they didn't see as unequal.
Yeah. There's just different roles. But what exactly is an unhealthy? Like a toxic relationship?
Yeah, maybe obviously abusive relationships, leave them.
Also, please just leave it, yeah.
Seriously. But
the smaller things.
Yeah, I think the smaller ones, unhealthy relationship is where one person constantly gives in to the other.
Yeah.
A relationship is supposed to bring out the best in each other, right?
That's give and take, not only take, or give.
Yeah, like...
it brings out the best in each other.
Say you have a situation where there is people are together and say the one partner is constantly saying yes to the other. Whatever the other one wants, yes. Whatever they want to do, yes. Whatever they want to spend, yes. Wherever they want to go, yes. That sets a pattern and a precedent which isn't healthy because the other person doesn't seem to understand that that's not how life works or is going to be run.
मैं इसकी शिकार बन चुकी हूँ in a very small way. Let me share a personal experience.
Please.
Only yesterday, so I was chilling at a friend's and I called Mabu being like, I'm chilling with some friends, you want to come? And it was like a 45-minute drive for him to get there. And he was like, Arey, I just came from that side. And I was like, okay, cool. Then I felt bad. Then later at night, I was like, you know, there used to be a time when I would say, come meet me here, and you would come running.
But that's a rainbow phase. That goes away.
I know, but I was like proud of him. He said no. So now I'm like, okay, theek hai, cool. You're not listening to me always.
First of all, I think the fact that I like that he has some autonomy now into this relationship. Because he does worship you. And that's amazing.
Ayushi, my relationship is secret. Can we move on?
You just said call
okay.
Mabu.
Mabu. Chalo. आगे बढ़ते. भूल जाओ बच्चे लोग भूल जाओ.
Oh, okay, fine. We wanted to discuss this. We wanted to talk about failure.
Don't we always? This is the theme of life, na?
Failure.
Try, fail, try again, fell better, get up and fight again.
We came up with an episode in the first one. We said failing upwards.
I love it.
That's what adulting is.
We are high-fiving. You can't see us. Yeah.
But failing upwards.
Yeah.
But I think something that I told myself recently and that I came to understand and accept has really helped me move past some things. And I want to share that with listeners.
Bilkul.
May I?
Ayushi Mata.
Shambho.
Say na.
So, I think as a person, every time something doesn't work out the way I intended or I had visioned for its trajectory, I see it as a personal failure.
Yeah.
I take it personally and I see it as something that I've not been able to accomplish, where I have made a mistake. I f***ed it up. And I take it super, super personally. And every setback, whether it's professional, personal, academic, whatever it is, I start taking it very personally. And I think that it becomes a reflection of my personality that I am a failure. And that certain parts of my personality are failures. And they're causing me to fail. But recently I realized, after coming out of a How should I call it?
Uncoupling. Uncoupling.
I uncoupled.
Yeah.
Shout out to Goop and Gwyneth. I uncoupled recently, but there was so much joy in it while it existed, while it was together, that when the uncoupling happened, I just, for the first time, I didn't see it as a failure. And that was so cool for me because I think I was trying to remind myself that not everything and not every relationship, and something that I've told so many people, I finally take that advice myself, is that not every relationship has to have this super long, serious thing to it. It doesn't have to go, they all don't have to make it down the aisle. Not that that was what I was expecting of it. I just want to put it out there. But we're so programmed to think that.
Yeah.
We're so programmed to think that success means marriage.
Longevity of a
Or
relationship.
longevity, exactly. That anything else is seen as failure. And I just wanted to put it out there, and I want people to know, and for myself to know as I'm saying this, is that sometimes a relationship can exist in the sphere that it existed in, and it can bring you joy in that time and period, and it can bring you growth, it can bring you happiness, it can bring you knowledge, and it can bring you all this great happiness and satisfaction, and then that's it.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be more than that. It can exist in that little bubble, and that bubble can be good and pure and happy, and you can walk away from it. And you don't have to dislike the person. You don't have to disrespect that person. And more importantly, you don't have to disrespect yourself.
100, 1,000%.
Because it's not a reflection of you. It's not a reflection of the other person. It's just a reflection of the situation.
On a more like philosophical and karmic note, I firmly believe that people come into your life for a reason and they stay only as long as they are meant to. And that's it. It has nothing to do with you as a person. मतलब तुम तो बहुत बढ़िया हो, Ayushi. If anybody tells you otherwise or you tell yourself otherwise, you remember you are बढ़िया.
I know, but guys, like, let's be honest. Our worst enemy is just ourselves.
Sachi, dude. I read a meme yesterday. If I were to give you 50,000 rupees, if I tell you you win 50,000 rupees,
but the person you hate gets 100,000, would you do it? And then the answer was
yeah, of course, I'd get 150,000 rupees. Because I hate
that.
me the most.
It's like that meme that I saw yesterday when in Hrithik Roshan says, "Dhoom, dhoom, just take my life." I felt it. I felt it on another level.
Just take it. Just take it.
Take it back.
Lovely. So at least the stock of failure has ended in lols. So at the end of the day, you'll always have laughter.
It does. Like, let's remove this word failure as...
It's growth.
Yes.
It's growth.
And if you use failing, remember, you have to fail upwards in life.
Yes.
But that's good. I just wanted to say that's definitely something. And look, life is genuinely super long. It's the longest thing you are ever going to know. Like,
what else will I know?
Exactly. So you don't know who's going to come into your life, when they come in, what time, when they're going to save you, and what situation they're going to enter with. So just be open to it, which is what we said the last time in dating. Be open to dating.
Yeah. So on this note, then, should we bring in some tips for our listeners?
Okay. So Rytasha and Ayushi's top tips for relationships.
The first one I'd like to elucidate is communication is key. It is absolutely essential. Ayushi had a joke for this part.
I forgot it.
Oh, damn it. I also forgot it. Sorry, friends. Ayushi had a killer joke.
I had a really good joke. I forgot it.
We'll share it in the comments later. So communication is the most essential thing. I feel, as we said at the start of the episode, if you don't communicate what you are feeling or what you expect or what you want or how you are functioning, how the F is the other person supposed to read your mind and be on the same page? Aise to nahi hota.
Agreed. And this whole thing of, well, he doesn't know what I'm thinking. Well, she should anticipate my every... No, man, never.
Open your mouth.
I can barely anticipate my own thought process. Now you want somebody else to think about what I wanted for dinner? Now he doesn't know, yeah?
Doesn't know. And also, as we're talking about communication, I would like to say it should extend to the bedroom also. You must communicate about your sexual needs and desires and feels also.
I agree.
Just
100%.
leaving it out there, yeah.
What you like, what you don't like, what you'd like more of.
Exactly. Please chat. Be a no filter on your mouth for most times. Which brings me to my second point. Kabhi silence is golden. Sometimes just be quiet. I have learned this the hard way after like many blowouts and many big fights that I have endured in the last couple of months, I'd say. Yeah, I'm a bit sketch about it, but yeah, so after a lot of fighting, I've realized that, sometimes being quiet is an easier option. It's a better option also. Take a time out, let both parties cool off, play some like meditative music or some light guitar, piano. Aapko jo bhi sunna hai, bhajan suno.
Go for a run.
Go for a run, whatever you want. After that, schedule a time to then meet and discuss. Don't, in that heat of the moment, sometimes silence is the best.
Oh, I took this when you gave this tip, I took it to mean something else.
Say na.
So you're saying that both people should cool off, be quiet, and kind of walk away from the situation. I was saying it when you said silence is golden. I meant sometimes it's okay to let the other person completely finish their venting and not react to it. Like,
oh, that too.
Like
yeah.
if you see that your partner, he or she wants to really just get something off their chest and they're just railing at it.
100%.
And you might want to say 1,000 things.
Just hold back
just
for that
sometimes
moment. Yeah.
This is not about you. This could be about that person and what they're going through. So let them have it.
100%. Which brings us to our third point.
Which is our point all the time.
Oh, yeah, of course.
No, our general underlying point of all episodes
all episodes of life is consent is key. Even in a happy relationship or an unhappy relationship, jo bhi hai.
Please, you must have the consent of two willing partners.
But sometimes when you touch your boo's pee-pee and be like, hey, little buddy, it's okay. I think boys enjoy. But who am I?
But that's what we said about the last thing. Like, consent is key, but confident is great.
Confident is wonderful.
Confidence, not confident. He is your confidant. Terrible joke, sorry. All right, the next step.
Oh, it is not a competition.
But I am right.
सही है, ये मेरा माइंडसेट है कि आई एम तो राइट ओनली भाई, मैं तो बेस्ट हूँ, तुम्हें कुछ नहीं आता. But that's not true. It's not good. I am learning this also through trial, error and therapy. That everything is not a competition. I made the bed better than you made the bed.
But I do make the bed better.
Whatever. I can keep the house cleaner.
I can.
I know, Ayushi. We are just beautiful like that. But everything is not a competition. You have to let the other person grow at their own pace. You have to let them grow at their own time. You can nudge them towards something, but I would not recommend being like, I don't like the way you dress, change your clothes. Who are you to initially just be like, मुझे तुम्हारा fashion अच्छा नहीं लगता? And I've done this. I'm guilty of it. Yeah.
Okay, fine. That is...
Sorry for telling you I don't like your clothes.
Jesus, every time she takes someone's name, after that we discuss that we shouldn't have done that. Every time, Dash.
I don't think he's listening anyway.
Just still. When you say not a competition, I think that's a really good one for people to remember, because I think as a generation, we have all become very competitive. And I think it's because the way that we work, the way that we have to deal with our professional relationships, our friendships, our parents, each other, just this rat race that we're in, everything is a competition now. And this one hits home to me is because if you're not competing with someone else, you're trying to compete with yourself, your past, your last accomplishment, your next professional one. We're so just keyed into this competitiveness that we don't see when we're doing it. And I think when you bring it into your personal relationships or your romantic relationships, you're going to make some mistakes there, because that's not about winning.
100%.
I think that's a marathon to the finish line together.
Yeah,
it's
holding
not a sprint.
Hands. Sometimes you got to carry them, sometimes they'll carry you.
Yeah, and just remember that what's happening at work, just because you're competing for that doesn't mean you have to compete for something at home. And I see it. I see couples that are competing and that's causing a lot of friction for them, but they don't even know that they're doing it.
Don't do it. Bringing us to point number 5. Enjoy the present.
It is a gift.
It is, that's why called a present.
They got that.
Yeah, so this has been a big learning for me personally, because a lot of my brain power was used to was using itself to be like, what is going to happen in the future? Where are we going to be in the next 1, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, jo bhi hai.
Oh man.
too much, right? I told you, I'm Ali Bhai from Dhoom.
I started sweating right now.
Yeah, so now this Ali Bhai from Dhoom has to be dialed down and I need to just focus on the present.
John Abraham, man, he was the cool one.
No, he was like a con artist.
I'm sorry, is Abhishek Bachchan the role model here?
No, none of them are role models. Dhoom is not a good reference. I am sorry. But what I'm saying is please enjoy the present. Today is really a gift. Just enjoy this moment. Enjoy today. Baki ka to ho jayega.
I think I had disagreed with you earlier, but the way that you've put it now makes me realize that, yeah, of course. You gotta see what's in front of you right now and value that, enjoy it. You don't know how long things are gonna last. So just make the most of it.
I'm going to cry because Ayushi is sitting in front of me right now and I value her so much.
Yeah, this is what I meant last time. And all the time, stop crying all the time. In a relationship also. Guys, girls, whatever the pronoun you're choosing, people in general. This need to feel every single thing on the spectrum. Stop! Please.
I'm a feeler, Ayushi. Tum kya jano?
Yesterday, if we're doing anecdotes, yesterday I had a lot of feelings.
Yeah, she messaged me saying, how do you deal? Because apparently मैं तो मतलब feelings की दुकान हूँ.
I swear, guys, I texted her being like, Tash, right now I'm sad, I'm happy, I'm excited, I'm really disappointed. And I'm also just feeling this kind of weird feeling in my stomach that's making me feel real weird.
Gas.
Oh, it was the biryani.
100%.
It was biryani.
100%.
It's iftar season. And I could not deal with that. I just could not understand how you can have so many opposing feelings in one particular moment, which I suppose is the reason why I am not in a relationship. That's what it is, right? Feeling all these feelings together.
Yeah, and then learning how to manage them. ठीक है ना? हो जाता है.
Okay.
Adulting 101.
Right. So we'll end on that note. If you're in a relationship, that's great. It's not an accomplishment, however.
Nope, it's really not.
It's real hard.
It's like another job. It's like एक तो मेरा day job है ही और अब ये भी है. और फिर मम्मी पापा भी है, friend circle भी है. मतलब you're just increasing your own responsibilities. Relationship by relationship.
I'm so happy. Okay, so if you're in a relationship, it's not an accomplishment, it's a job. Remember, consent always. Communicate. Sometimes be quiet. Anyway.
Because relationships are a complex conundrum in themselves. On that note, thank you for listening.
And tell us about your relationships.
Yeah, we'd love to know.
Seriously. I love to imagine other people's relationships. It's great.
Yeah.
मेरे पास बहुत time है. Okay, bye.
Thanks. Let's go get breakfast now.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Satyajit.
Hi, I'm Racheta.
We are from the Open Library Project and we host a podcast called Paperback.
Paperback is a podcast where we engage with stalwarts and experts from various industries, suggesting non-fiction titles that contributed to their journey in a big way.
We've had guests like Anjali Raina, Dr. Marcus Rani, Dr. Swati Lodha, Ambi Parmeswaran, Apurva Damani, and many more on our show Paperback. Find new episodes every Wednesday on IVM Podcast app, website, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Hey, this is Shridaditya.
And I'm Amit Doshi.
And we host Shunya One.
It's a really fun podcast where we talk to some of the best entrepreneurs in the country.
Yes, talking about everything from their startup challenges to what they're building and all the future of technologies right here.
So catch us on the IVM Podcast website, app, or wherever you listen to your podcast from.